come out and play. East Siders, come out and play.
We pushing the real about the LBC, Dirty D, Reese Cup, and Big Scrappy. What up? C-Dog on the switch, cause this is Eastside Cub. Beach City to the fullest. What y'all thought this was? I'm hot.
Long Beach native in the house. Just made history in Louisville, Kentucky. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? This is Billy Brown, aka Lil Spittt Loc, aka Spittacular from the east side of Long Beach. And this video is about Snoop Dogg. What's up, man? You think you could just lie to me and get away with that with no ramifications? You quite delusional. You know me better than that.
I know a lot of people ask you all the time, so how did you get to Louisville?
Well, I used to have a store back in Long Beach called Spittacular Artwear and Design, and I had to close it. And when I had to close it unexpectedly, I got at my homeboy Snoop Dogg because I knew I was going to reopen it. And when I reopened it, I wanted Snoop to do the grand opening. So he told me, don't worry about it, I got you, homie, just long as you don't open it up in the hood. I did some little research and I wind up finding a location in Louisville, Kentucky. So I opened my store in Louisville. And I changed the name to atouchofcali Fashion and Design.
That's one thing about the dog, he always stay true to the hood.
Yeah, you know, Snoop coached football, so he had a championship game. I flew back. I let him know I was open for a year, you know, and let him know that I was ready for him to come. And he was like, cool, I got you. I'm going to call you. Whoop, whoop, you know, so, you know, he just won a game, so I let him enjoy his game. We had took a picture, and I went back to Louisville to continue doing my business. Yeah, I came back to Louisville to do my business, and I continued to let people know that Snoop was coming. I didn't know exactly when, you know, because Snoop is extremely busy, you know, but I'm an extremely patient person. Probably about a year and a half went by, and so it's probably around like October of 2016 now. So I go back to Long Beach, and I get ready to throw my 45th birthday party, December the 15th. So as I'm getting ready and planning my birthday party, I get a call from one of my customers in Louisville, Kentucky, and they tell me, "Oh, I see you bringing Snoop Dogg to the bill." And I was like, I didn't know what they was talking about, so you know, I hung up, did my research, and sure enough, come to find out,
Snoop Dogg got the Puff Puff Pass tour coming to Louisville.
So you get a call from a customer that Snoop Dogg is going to be at the Louisville Palace, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's beautiful, because if you Google the distance between the Louisville Palace and atouchofcali, you see it's only 5 minutes, not even 2 miles away.
So now you in the dilemma. Should you throw your 45th birthday party in the LBC where you know it's going to be off the hook? Or should you come back to Louisville and keep your promise to your customers and all the people that have been waiting on Snoop Dogg to come?
I'm a businessman. There was no question in my mind that, you know, although I love my city, I could throw a party in Long Beach anytime. However, I've been telling my customers for the past 3 years so that Snoopy was coming, so my integrity and my reputation is on the line. So I continue to call Snoop, and I continue to text him, and I let him know that, you know, I was throwing a meet and greet and an after party, and which one could he come to.
We see you decided to come to Louisville instead of throwing your 45th birthday party. Man, we greatly appreciate that. So, what was your next move? What happened in that same timeline?
You know, I knew it was going to be a big event, so I got in contact with my homeboy, Big Trey D. I got in contact with my homeboy, Warren G. and OG Domino. And I got in contact with the real Freeway Rick Ross, you know.
The real Rick Ross?
Yeah, the real Rick Ross, you know. He ain't a rapper.
Not
you
the
know
rapper, that's right.
So I got in touch with Freeway Rick, and, you know, since Snoop was coming, I was going to make the theme the California Legends, you know what I'm saying? So I was going to have all the California Legends in the house. So that was the theme, California Legends at atouchofcali.
Man, that's big. So you got all the legends in the house.
Yes, sir.
So what did Snoop say?
So I continue to call Snoop. I don't get no answer. I continue to text him. I don't get no reply. So, you know, we know the same people, so I get in contact with people that's close to Snoop, and I let them know, tell Snoop to get in touch with me because of the severity of the situation, and let them know that it's a time-sensitive situation. So probably about a week later, around November the 10th, I get a call back from Snoop's staff, and they tell me that Snoop gonna be flying in from the Dominican Republic, and when he get in, he ain't gonna have no time to do nothing. His schedule is booked, and good luck on my business, and no love lost, no harm, no foul, And I was like, what?
Man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
You and Snoop got a personal relationship. So you telling me Snoop Dogg did not get back with you himself? He had his staff get at you? Are you serious?
Yeah. So I told his staff, look, I didn't say that shit when he asked me a few years ago to do this documentary for YA. Yeah, Snoop got in touch with me. He had Ted Chung call me and let me know about this documentary. Snoop wanted some of the homies to come and share their story about what they was doing in YA, what they was doing before YA, what they was doing during YA, and after YA. So keep in mind, I got a business, I closed my business down. I go up to Burbank. They said the interview was supposed to be around 45 minutes. So after I get done doing my little part, the documentary people was like, hey man, you like a historian in Long Beach. Is it okay if we follow you around and get more information for our project? And I was like, well, it's for the homeboy Snoop. I was like, cool, yeah, I'll do it, That's how Long Beach get down, The homie Snoop asked me to do him a favor, and I did it, I didn't ask Snoop for anything. I didn't receive anything. I didn't want nothing.
And you did it with no hesitation.
With no hesitation. The homie asked me to do something. That's how we get down, you know what I'm saying, in Long Beach,
Yeah, that's what real guys supposed to do anyways, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, and I just want them to know, I did that for you, and, what are you doing? Just using homies just for your convenience? You need something, and then when I need something, you can't look out for me? No, I don't work like that, homie.
A reputable from LBC, he ain't got time after you made all these sacrifices getting to Kentucky, though?
It felt fucked up. Snoop coming at me like I sit at home and drink 40s all day. He know I'm a businessman. That's all I do is business. When I first got at him about doing the store grand opening, he knew that it was for me to raise funds, because I didn't ask Snoop for a dime. I didn't ask him for nothing. And when he told me he was going to bless me with his presence, I ain't changed my whole lifestyle moving to Louisville. Move my business, my family, responsibilities, everything. And then all of a sudden, he's a no-show. And then I get a call from down the street, someone telling me that he at a restaurant having lunch or dinner or whatever he's having.
Yeah, man, we had all the legends in the house showing love and hanging out with the people. But everybody kept asking when Snoop was coming.
Yeah, the dude that put him in the game, Warren G, is here. That should be the most important person in his life. And Snoop don't show up. As a matter of fact, I ain't heard from Snoop since November. I ain't got no call from him or no text. Whether he talking about he have time to come or not, he still hasn't even called me or text me and let me know the situation at all.
But shout out to all the legends that came out and showed love for the city.
Yes, sir. Yes,
man,
sir.
We appreciate every one of you, man. Straight up.
Yeah, anytime, homie, anytime.
Damn. Bro, we're 2 blocks away, and Snoop didn't show up, and you got the California legends in the house? Man, that just don't make no sense. I guess that's what the purpose of this interview is for.
Yeah, the purpose of this interview is to let you know I'm a real, authentic, original Long Beach East Sider, regardless of who you are, how famous you are, or how unknown you are, how rich you are, or how broke you are. If you claiming East Side Long Beach and you're not representing it to the T, then I have to let you know about that. I don't care who you are. I will be a disservice to my community if I continue to let Snoop Dogg exploit the homeboys in the hood. My question to Snoop is, you talking about that you are supporting the community. How are you doing this? You say that you support black businesses, you support homeboys with businesses, you support businesses in Long Beach. How do you do that? You don't even have a business in Long Beach. And you sure didn't do it with me. And I'm one of the pillars of the community that does a lot for the community. And you straight up lied to me. And that's totally unacceptable, homie. You must be living in some delusional world where you think that is acceptable and you can get away with it, because it's absolutely not. And I'm definitely getting at you about it, because we definitely got to address this, homeboy. You claim you a boss. You say it all the time, but I know some real bosses. And I know that real bosses can change their schedule when it's something important to them. Now, you coming at me, what do you think? You think I just wear this Long Beach hat just because I'm from Long Beach? Nah, this is my alma mater. I graduated from Long Beach State with honors. I ain't no dummy.
We need more people in the community like yourself, you
Yes.
know what I'm saying, to show these younger jits, man, that it can be done. Can we talk a little bit about your background
Yeah.
so the audience can understand who you really are?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, man, I know back in the days in like the 80s and the 90s, you were gang banging in the pen. However, you changed your life and made a hell of a turnaround. I'm looking at your resume, and I would have never thought you graduated from a university
Yeah.
and gave back to the community in such tremendous ways, man.
Yes.
I see you started volunteering coaching the youth in basketball in like 1995.
In 1995, I started coaching youth basketball, boys and girls, at Kings Park and at Petrol Lane Boys and Girls Club. I continued to do that. My daughter started playing, and she was real serious in it, so I eventually started coaching AAU basketball. I had one of the best 8th grade teams in the nation, the Long Beach Lady Warriors, and my team consisted of April Cook, wound up going to Washington State, Brittany Broomfield, San Francisco, Jamia McDuffie, Tanaya Watson at Arizona State, Jasmine Dixon at UCLA. When my 8th grade team used to play, a lot of major college coaches used to come to our tournaments when I coached the Long Beach Lady Warriors. And all of the high school teams wanted my 8th grade team, but you know, I'm from Long Beach, so my girls all went to Long Beach Poly, and I must say my young ladies were very instrumental in Long Beach Poly girls winning their first CIF in their first state championship.
Okay, you say Long Beach Poly?
Yeah, Long Beach Poly.
Ain't that the school that Snoop went to?
Yep, the phone cast, that's the same school Snoop went to.
Back in 1997,
Yeah,
you were about 27 years old,
yep.
and you enrolled in Long Beach City College, correct?
Yeah, one of the best decisions of my life. I enrolled in Long Beach City College, and I got involved in all the on and off campus.
Activities.
1998 LBCC Viking Award,
Yes,
which is the highest award you can receive at Long Beach City College.
yes.
1998, you were selected by the president of the college to be a president's ambassador for AGS,
Alpha Gamma Sigma.
Alpha
Yes, sir.
Gamma Sigma. That's right. Okay. Also in 1998, you were the president of the Carpentry Technology Club. Oh man, I like that.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's move to 1999. In 1999, you won the Bill and Melinda Gates Millennium Scholarship.
Yes.
Also in 1999, you won the USA Today's newspaper All USA Academic Team Award with the National Honor Society Phi Theta Kappa Academic Team.
Yes.
Another one in 1999, you received a Certificate of Appreciation and Recognition of Outstanding Achievement from Barbara Boxer and Doris Topsy. Okay, but the most important of them all, in 1999, you graduated from Long Beach City College with honors. In 2000, you enrolled into Cal State Long Beach on an academic scholarship.
Yes, sir.
In 2001,
Mhm.
you founded the community-based organization Focus, Families Observing Cultures and Uniting Students, and Franklin Middle School Students Safe Passage Program.
Yes.
Can you explain that for me?
See, back in 2001, there was major gang and racial issues in Long Beach, California, and at this particular area where the school is at, Franklin Middle School, the issue spilled over into the school. So the kids were getting harassed because of their ethnicity and the parents. So what I did was I created Focus, standing for Families Observing Cultures and Uniting Students. And that pretty much guaranteed that the kids can make it to school and come home without being harassed because of their ethnicity. And once we started that program, there was no more suspensions, there were no more expulsions, there were no more kids going to jail, there were no more bullying or anything. How did we do it? Well, what we did was we got the influential people on the east side of Long Beach to stand around the local corners of Franklin Middle School. And we had walkie-talkies and bikes and stuff that was sponsored by Long Beach City College to communicate. And what happened was, when we got on campus, there were no more fights, there were no more expulsions, there were no more people going to jail. bullying was at an all-time low at this time because the people that was working for Focus were people of the community that may have in the past created some of these problems. Now they were working to fix these problems. The motto was, student safety is our responsibility.
That's right, that's right. Man, that's really impressive, man.
Yes.
Man, y'all was keeping students and the parents safe.
Yes.
We all can do it if we come together, man, as a collective whole, man.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, help keep these kids safe, man. Help clean up our streets and our communities, man.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I did that.
I'm with that 100%, man.
Yes, sir.
That's true growth.
In 2001, the Hall of Famer Jim Brown brought his program, AIN for Social Change, to Long Beach, which I was the director of. And this particular program focused on life management skills. We worked with the so-called at-risk youth from 14 to 21. And what we did was the youth from 14 to 18, after they finished the life management skill class, we got them re-enrolled back into school. And the kids that were from 19 to 21, we got them job training and or enrolled back into school. And a lot of these kids that were involved in this program were a bunch of my homeboys and homegirl kids. So these were people from the neighborhood that needed resources to get to the next level. And that's what I did at AIN. Yes.
And they volunteered to clean up the city. Now that's what I call putting in work, man.
Yeah, that was our peace squad. We had created a peace squad that went from east side of Long Beach, north side of Long Beach, the west side of Long Beach, and we will target certain areas that needed extra cleaning, and we'll get our volunteers out there and we'll go do that every other weekend, sometimes every weekend.
Back in 2003, you received the who's who of colleges and universities at Cal State Long Beach,
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
So also in 2003, you start the Long Beach Community Picnic at El Dorado Park. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I started that several years ago. What I recognized was that a lot of my people, a lot of my friends, a lot of my homeboys, they were not getting along. Even family members, cousins were not talking to cousins. Some brothers were not talking to sisters or whatnot. Okay. So I figured that, 'cause when I was a kid, we used to do a lot of community events, going to the park, having picnic, family gatherings. So what I did was I created something called the Long Beach Community Picnic, and I designed it for the kids. I had jumpers, painting, face painting, magicians, clowns, and we had fun games. We designed everything for the kids, but it was actually for, like I said, my homeboys and family members to come. But for them to come, I would make sure to tell them they have to bring their kids. You know what I'm saying? So I did that for like 5-6 years straight.
This is an event to get family and friends together to show unity for the LBC.
Yeah.
Has Snoop Dogg ever participated in the Long Beach Community Picnic or any of the previous activities that you were involved in to uplift your city?
Snoop doesn't do anything that involves the uplifting of the community. I'm talking about, I've been doing this for the last over 10 years. He has never came to any of my events. He has never came to any of the Martin Luther King parade events. He has never did any events that will uplift the community. I remember a couple of years ago, we had did a peace football game between the Watts car. The whole Long Beach, the whole east side of Long Beach got together, and we went up to Watts and played the Gray Street Watts. A couple of weeks later, we played the PJ Watts. The whole east side of Long Beach going every other week and playing the Watts car. Snoop ain't nowhere around. He ain't involved in this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then what makes it so crazy, our last game, we played one of the most notorious blood gangs ever, the Bounty Hunters. The whole east side Long Beach, on both sides, the 20s and the Insanes playing on the same team, playing the Bounty Hunters. We go up into the Nickerson Gardens, ain't never been done before. We created history that day. Went into the Nickerson's Garden and played the Bounty Hunter Bloods.
this ain't world famous VIP, but world famous ICG right here, baby. Come get them.
Hey, well, you know, I just gotta say one thing. I'm a big scrap. I'm finna go up here. We're gonna win this game. Buy a t-shirt, $30. Get a t-shirt, $30.
You would think that Snoop would, you know, he raps about all the homies and rap about all the dead homies and what we doing in the Long Beach, but he don't do nothing to promote togetherness for the hood.
The way Snoop Dogg talk, he make it seem like he put Long Beach on the map. I seen a video where Snoop was saying that he is the king of Long Beach, and he refused, I repeat, he refused to call another nigga big homies, especially when they broke and ain't got a car. Man, that seemed kind of disrespectful to the people who came before him.
You mad cause I won't call you big homie? Cause I'm 40-something years old and I refuse to call another nigga big homie that ain't got a job, that ain't got a fucking car?
Ain't nobody bigger than Long Beach. You leave it up to Snoop Dogg, you would think he put Long Beach on the map. But that's just like saying Christopher Columbus discovered America. We all know that's bullshit. How you gonna put something that's on the map that's already on the map? Ask Run DMC. They'll tell you Long Beach on the map.
Long Beach did tear up the Fresh Fest concert back in '85.
Let me explain something to you. If your city is respected at the lowest level of society, which is the prison industry, I don't care if it's juvenile hall, YA, or the pen, then your city is on the map. I remember when I was young, doing time, I step on the yard or whatever, I get hit up, I let somebody know immediately. I'm from Eastside Long Beach insane. And I tell you that, when I say that, they back up. And it's a reason why they back up. Because Long Beach is well respected. Our yes is our yes, and our no is our no. You know, when we say we're going to do something, Long Beach is going to do it. That's how we have the reputation that we have right now. We don't be shaking and faking and all that. You say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. You don't leave nobody under false pretenses. You will wind up in somebody's, on the side of somebody's milk carton or something. Just imagine if Snoop Dogg came out and said he was from Lakewood, California. Then there wouldn't be no Snoop Doggy Dogg the gangster rapper. When Snoop Dogg said Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble. That was a profound statement. Why? Because Compton and Long Beach are two major Crip cities that didn't get along. Long Beach is well respected. And one of the reasons why we have a vicious reputation is because of the homies that came before us. Now for Snoop to get on a video and say that he refused to call another nigga big homie because he ain't got no car or he ain't got no job and all, that's irrelevant. What that big homie did for you in the past is the reason why you can go and say Long Beach and speak on Long Beach and everybody give you your props. Regardless if you had anything to do with it. It's because of the reputation that the homies, the big homies, paid for you. You coming at me like you got something personal against me, and me and you ain't never had nothing negative. When you told me that you was gonna bless me with your presence, I had no reason to second guess you at all. As a matter of fact, homie, you and I go back so far back, you and I share the same first cousin, OG Tate Dog. So when you told me this, it wasn't like, I wasn't gonna take it serious or something. I took it serious enough to where I moved to Louisville, Kentucky. And I came at you like a man. I called you and I text you. But this is the only platform you left for me. So I have no problem with using it. Like I said before, I'll be a disservice to my community if I continue to let you go ahead and exploit the hood the way that you do it. Do you think you just use us just for your convenience? You think you could use me just for your convenience? No, it don't work like that, homeboy. Not at all. You need to get at me, and you need to get at me right now. Promise me that you was going to come out here and look out for me, and you don't do it. You right down the street. You're not even 5 minutes. The major problem I got with this is that you say that you don't have no time, but when you was in Louisville, you didn't even call. You didn't even text me. You didn't even get on stage and say, hey, go to Lil Spittt at the party or whatever. You didn't do nothing. Ain't none of them people that was on your tour came except the homie Warren G. And that's because I asked them. You wouldn't even send your people over here to support me at all. And that's totally unacceptable, homie. You need to get at me right now. Yeah, and I'm holding you accountable for this unprecedented shit you got me in. And remember, ain't nobody bigger than Long Beach.
Besides this east side, Long Beach. That's one thing about the dog, he always stay true to the hood.